Direction.
Yes, I'll
Danny Gaffone for Pro Boxing Fans, delighted to be joined by a very happy John Fury. John, two of your boys out tonight. We'll start Ramon. Like Tommy, long period of inactivity, and in a sense couldn't have gone better because he's got the 3 3/4 rounds and he's got the stoppage.
Well, he's five fights now, 5 wins, 2 KOs, and like I say, a lot of inactivity. But he went into this tonight with a damaged left knuckle again. He had to have a cortisone injection 2 hours before. You know, and like I say, I was going to pull him out 2 weeks ago because he suffered in sparring here in Budapest, and I was going to pull him out, but he said, "No, Dad, do not pull me out. I'm going to fight." So I looked at the hand. It wasn't serious, but when you can't land it without severe pain, it can alter your performance. So he had a cortisone in it 2 hours before and got the job done. But he had a messy opponent. He was holding all the time, couldn't get him clean. And he needed time to settle Roman. When he settled and got underneath the punches properly, he lifted him up like, they even got his weight wrong. They said he was 17 stone. He wasn't 17 stone, he was 15'10". They got it all wrong, all mixed up, you know what I'm saying? So listen, I'll clarify that. His weight was 15 stone 10, not 17'10". But like I say, done a wonderful job. Tyson was proud of him, and he got the big dirty knockout, didn't he? But didn't that kid do well to get up from the uppercut? He twisted him up on the floor. I thought, Yill won't get up for a week, but he did. So credit to the kid. Full credit to him.
I think that's a theme with both opponents, Romans and Tommy's. They weren't there for a paycheck and to lie down.
No, they come to win. Both boys come to win. And Tommy's man, he fetched his own entourage with him. He had as many supporters in as what Tommy did, and he come to win. And he trained his socks off, hadn't he? He's a tough kid, wasn't he? Tough kid. He took everything and kept steaming forward. But like Tommy, 17 months out of the ring, the right hand, we hadn't tried it with the small gloves on. We didn't know how it was going to go. But really, it was a lot tougher fight than anticipated for a comeback fight. We could have given Tommy the easy route and got him a knockover. Could have got him a 1-round knockover. But he wasn't going to learn from that. We're best off having the rounds, and that kid was just what the doctor ordered. He brought the fight, he had to stay switched on with him, he was trying, and he got a good 6-round workout, but won every round comfortable. He stayed behind the jab, listened to instruction perfectly, and got the job done.
Got to ask, what's next? Tommy's had some choice words for Jake Paul. That's a rematch that's been called for a long time.
What do you think of that performance?
Well, as media, I can't comment, but I think it would be a big fight. I think Tommy won the first fight in good fashion.
To be honest with you, Tommy fought better this time with a proper boxer who was coming to win and fight. But like I say, 16 months out of the ring, serious hand surgery. He comes back and puts on a boxing display like that. Going forward, offence, defence, it was all class. All class.
Jake's been accused of cherry picking. Tommy's obviously the only man to hand him a defeat. In your heart of hearts, do you think Jake Paul's likely to revisit that, given how the first fight went?
Jake Paul terrified of Tommy Fury. He's terrified of him. That's why they keep offering chicken feed to us. But let me tell you, we don't need Jake Paul. Jake Paul needs us because we beat them. We beat them two boys. Listen, they're great at the job. I wish them all the luck in the world, but they have lost. They're wearing L plates to Tommy Fury, and they'll keep wearing L plates. They can't beat Tommy, them people. He's been 15 months out of the ring and fought a live opponent. This kid had 140 amateur bouts. Boxed for his country, he's boxed all over Eastern Europe. And he's had 6 professional fights, 5 wins, and knocked 4 out. So he was a customer, and he fetched his own entourage. He was here as a winning man. He didn't want to take a dive and get his money and go home. He come to beat Tommy. Like everybody what fights a Fury, you're going to box out the skin. He trained his socks off for him.
What have you made of what Jake's done since that fight with Tommy?
I'm not talking about Jake Paul, young man. He's not a proper boxer. He's not a proper fighting man. When he beats somebody of note, and all these men he's getting in the ring with, I know what's going on. He's boxing behind a conversation. Prove me wrong, Jake Paul. I believe you're boxing behind conversations. And he knows what I mean. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
You want to talk about proper boxing? Let's talk about Tyson. He was there. He was loving it.
Gypsy King, lad.
Is he getting the hits, John, when he comes to nights like these and he sees, we saw the big night for Eubank Benn. Tyson's obviously one of the only people who's brought nights of that scale. You're his father. You know him better than anyone could. What do you think?
Let me tell you, if he stays retired, good luck to him. But I said to him, look, son, smell a coffee, wake up. You've given these men every chance in the world to get you fighting fit and they've not done it. If he wants to take 6 or 8 months out, get himself fighting fit, get his body looking like somewhat like Tommy, and he can, just with hard work, and put everything to one side, bin everything for 6 or 8 months, he can come back and win a world title again, 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. But I do hope he stays retired. I'm not going to encourage him to do nothing, but get rid of the the soul destroyers, the bloodsuckers, they're no good to him. They've tried with him, he's showed them all the loyalty in the world, and they've done him no good. Because at the end of the day, you've got to shit and sweat blood and tears in the gym, but do it right. You've got to know when to train, when to rest, and you've got to be up for it. And put the work in. And when you get in the ring, look like a fighter, with a big back, big neck, look like an animal in there. And if he does that, he'll be a 3-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Is that what you would want for him if he does come back? Because the British public will want to see this Anthony Joshua fight.
Listen, I like AJ, I've got a lot of time for AJ, he's a lovely young man. And AJ has capabilities to come back and win titles off anybody. But you know what, they should have fought 5 years ago. And you know what, I like Anthony Joshua. And I don't really want to see him fight, to be honest with you. Because both boys can get easier pickings, can't they? They can get easier pickings out there. And the two lovely people, they're in the twilight of their careers. Let both boys, have a shot at world titles, but not against one another. Different if AJ ends up with a title, and Tyson's got to take it off him, or Tyson becomes world champion and he becomes mandatory. Well, fair enough. But until that day, no. I think a lot of Anthony Joshua, he's given us a lot of memorable nights. He's done great for his country. Olympic gold medalist, 2012. And I've enjoyed his boxing career. Let both boys walk off into the twilight and give them fair play. Let the British people get behind both their British boys who's given them so much honour and put this UK, we call, on the map. Give them what they deserve and look after them properly.
Yeah. Alexander Usyk has actually said he would be happy for a third fight. Alexander Usyk has said he'd be happy for a third fight with Tyson. Both fights very close, split opinion both ways. What adjustments do you think Tyson would do?
Start calling him Alexander Big Bollocks Usyk. The man's a game man, isn't he? He's a fighting man, class act. But like I say, fight a fit Tyson Fury. If it's a third fight coming, he fights a fit Tyson Fury. Well, it can be different. He's got to get past Daniel Lavar first. That's a mission impossible, I think, for him at 38. Dodgy.
That's the last thing I wanted to say. I heard you shout, no, he's doing an Usyk when the low blow thing, obviously. That's obviously a big narrative in this Usyk-Dubois rematch. You think Daniel can pull it off against Alexander Usyk?
He's young enough, strong enough, he's got the power. But Usyk's a master technician. If he gets on that back foot, keeps picking him apart, will Dubois get sick and blow a fuse? But if he doesn't, Usyk's in for an hard night. But he's a class act, Usyk. There's levels, to this game, and he's at the top of the tree in my book.
The last thing I want to get your thoughts on, John, because I know you want to shoot off. Eubank Benn, what do you think of it? Obviously, the hot big.
One word: brilliance in every way from both boys. Proud of them. Two British people, two animals in that ring, wasn't they? I enjoyed the edge of the seat stuff. Can't say good enough things about them.
Rematch, yes or no?
Yes, please. Thank you.
John Fury, thank you very much. Cheers, John. Appreciate it.